Hey everyone, welcome back to more of Star Dynasties. I'm DisturbingPuppet. So you can see a bit more of the universe has been exposed here. As we keep playing, we're going to see more and more of the universe. So this is us over here in the Scrooge Sovereignty. We're still independent. We are kind of in the midst of a major PR offensive, so we're trying to get people on sides. We're generally okay with everyone over here in the Tanner Coalition. They haven't broken up. Not really. I think like one system maybe has left somewhere out there. We've got some more view of what's going on up here, but not in detail. I did just marry my heir and daughter off to the person who was up here in the Blackwell Alliance, and they were part of the Farmer Territories and broke off, as well as the Yates Union. The Jackson Kingdom here was independent and even had these guys, the Davis Coalition, underneath them, but then they just sort of split off. They went to the Lynn Collective and they went back to the Farmer Territories, so they've gone back and forth a few times. I do have good relations with everybody. I am still at war with the Farmer Territories militarily. We're not doing super well, but we don't have a lot of way to project power. Basically, the further away from we are from our home system, the less power I can project personally. So we rely more and more on our individual dukes and local planetary rulers to do that. And yeah, they're just not very strong. If I can get the Jackson Kingdom on my side, that would be great. So I'm kind of trying to maybe sway the Davis Coalition and the Jackson Kingdom to join some kind of alliance with me under our supervision, I guess, because that's kind of how it works. And it's going to take a while, probably. Like, they do like me. I don't know if they like me that much. I did have, like, there was a chance that they would accept. I already did try to ask them. Money is kind of an issue. I built this family entirely based on making money, having really high administration. And we're doing good at that, but we're actually better at tech. But that part of that's because of our individual skills and our daughter, who's now the head of technology for us down here, Kumi, with a 47 tech all by herself. Our stats have been going up because the tech and some trainings. We're not 55, 37, which is a big improvement. 21, also a big improvement to where it started with 32 security, 29 tech. We are doing some training, so I'm getting trained in military and in diplomacy, so about a 0.6 there. But our tech level is also increasing that every single turn. We're getting a bit of a boost. So I'm becoming more likable. We're becoming more competent. How old am I now? 36. Well, we're just going to have to keep letting things run. I don't think anyone is free. Yeah, we got everybody busy. Farmer Territories War is going to go away in 4 turns. We are working on doing some repairs in Izar for the local family there. Hopefully that'll make them happier, but also reduce the unrest, which is getting kind of out of control. I've got somebody there cracking down on unrest too, and it's still going up. We're constantly rebuilding our fleet in De Crux. Let's take a look at that. So we're actually still over our maximum strength. This would be higher if we had higher military. I just don't have anybody in the Empire that's very good at military. So even with this person here, Niba, with the extra 23, who's the best, I think I've got, like, one of my daughters is slightly better. But it's not like a huge improvement. Still kind of an issue. We hit up with a lot of diplomats, so that's why I'm kind of doing a big diplomatic offensive at the moment. We also had a lot of bonus to our attitude and views towards our family because of the wedding ceremony that I had for my daughter when she was married. Okay, we're quelling unrest in a number of different places. We're improving relations with people all over the place. So the Jackson Kingdom ruler, Wenda Tanner up here in the Tanner Coalition, Lucretia Kidd, and with Zachariah Jarvis down here in control of the Davis Coalition. So we're trying to make him like us more. I should probably be working on the people in charge. Am I not working on you? I mean, he likes me. I probably should be working on getting him to like me more rather than you individually. That might be something worth switching up. Maybe we do that next turn. We're still spying on the farmer territories, because I mean, we are at war with them, so it kind of makes sense. We're doing some training, and I'm doing some training of my heiress also to get her military stat up. So my heiress, Michiko, her stats are pretty average. She's still only 19, so it will get better. Events and things will make a difference as well. But yeah, her stats are not great. Actually, I think her sister is honestly better, but she's the heir. We could try to do something about that, but I don't think it's really worth it. I'm trying to improve her military stat. It'll probably be a long time before she takes power, if she ever takes power, because I'm still pretty young. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, we might want to look at switching up who we're trying to appeal to. The ruler here does like me. Wazin used to be under my control, so I think initially I was looking at maybe trying to turn this system all by itself, but if we can get the Davis Coalition as a whole to come over, that's a much better deal for us. So we might want to look at that a bit more and maybe shift our priorities around from next turn. Let's just go ahead and hit it and see what happens. It's always events and things can pop up. Okay, the armory over there has been repaired, so plus 10 to base effectiveness of personnel protection. Not that makes much of a difference, but it does give them extra room. Makes them a lot happier with us. Eunice reported that Avalon Farmer spread dissent on Yilden at Irene Farmer's request. So she's messing with them. Acting Duchess Fanchon Jackson gave support in the combat at Yilden to Baron Lovemolen in return for allegiance. So the Jackson coalition individual fighting can still go on inside factions. Rebellion failed. Lady Millie Melton is leading an uprising against Zachariah Javis's rule in Vazin. Lucretia Kidd is supporting the rebellion. Really? Why are you supporting the rebellion? You want my support. I can definitely swing it. He would like me a lot. He's probably going to win anyway. I just hate losing the limited number of ships that I have to some kind of internal squabble over here. He was my vassal at one point. He is the rightful baron, so I will go ahead and assist him. Hereby apparently forgiving him. Okay. That's not really my intention, but okay. Let's go ahead. I don't want to do it myself. I think it's fine. Send whoever. I don't know who's free, really. Yeah, send my brother-in-law. That's fine. So Baron Raymond is helping put down the rebellion, so that's even more ships. So yeah, there's no way it's going to succeed. More people helping him. He's the rightful ruler, so it makes sense. So they defeated them. The rebellion failed. But now he kind of owes me. What just happened? And you immediately rebelled. Rebelled against the Davises, pressing Jarvis's claim to rule the Galloway Alliance. So they didn't help? They were in the Davis Coalition, and the Davis Coalition refused to help him? That's crazy. The Galloway Alliance has been resurrected on Wazin. They were actually kind of part of me at one point. And then it looks like they're getting snapped up here. Or are they? No, they've got both. So if I could get them to come over to my side, that would actually be fantastic. I'm fine with the war ending. I don't really care about anything along those lines. We'll just accept. So Duke Davis has become part of the Tanner, really. All this stuff happening super, super fast. Your daughter-in-law wants a divorce from your daughter. They've only been married for like a couple of years, like maybe 1 year at most. I'm going to refuse. If she wants to leave or cause some other problems, that's fine. Roz Scrooge is pregnant, so that is my nephew's wife. So someone from the Farmer Coalition's arrived. You are a super diplomat. 82 on diplomacy is crazy good. Strange rumors from Avior. Where is Avior? Down here. Travelers claim a mining installation has become more efficient overnight. Moreover, the miners now worship a so-called glorious master. Curious. Zealous mining stations, plus 10% wealth. Some kind of event going on. Duke Eris welcomes Gillen Hobbs to De Crux. My dear Duke Eris, I can't talk. Your fame is outshone only by your brilliance. Two of them swap stories into the night. This is good for relations with Electra. Now you're close, pry some secrets from him. Like, he's my other vassal. Like, it's fine, whatever. You guys can be friends, it's fine. My liege, I witnessed your daughter commit a senseless crime. Again, she stole money from me already. Admiral Scrooge furrows his brow. I checked the house accounts to be certain your heir is skimming money from your treasury. Again? Oh, jeez. So that's the second time she's done that. We're having a hard time keeping money because she keeps taking it all. Whispers within Parima have reached your niece's spies. Your niece has acquired a string of contacts among Viridium suppliers and shipbuilders. If she spreads rumors that Viridium supplies are drying up, they might hoard their materials, hindering the construction of new ships. It would create a secret that I'd have to defend as well. It would likely work. Not that concerned about it at this point. The terror of space. Your niece refuses to get into a transport shuttle. They scare me. What if something goes wrong? Is this my baby? 4-year-old niece. So we have different things we can do. Nothing could happen. Possibly becomes proud. It's my niece. I'm not really that concerned about stuff. 80% chance to gain brave. Rule breaker. You're 4. It's about time to face your fears. Let's just say nothing's going to happen to you. Well, now I have a good chance probably of getting these guys to come in. I don't know why my reputation suddenly dropped. Okay, so that's fine. Izar, is everything going better? Yeah, it's still going up. So even with the increase in another facility there, it hasn't changed much. Still a lot of dissent. I feel like somebody's pushing dissent to go up, because I've actually got somebody cracking down here who's pretty good. But it's still creeping up at 1 a turn. So yeah, we built the armory for them, hoping that that would actually help that whole situation, and it hasn't made a difference. Well, you're now independent. So they've got medium taxes, fine. They broke off from the Davis Coalition to join over here. That's fine. They were both together in the Galway back when they existed before. So things are possibly moving and shaking here. What's going on? So my wife, I thought you were fine. I would have sworn I had already treated you, and you were back to being healthy. Do I have somebody treating her currently? Is that what's going on? No, I don't. Huh. So I need somebody with good tech. So how about you stop that? Go with the medical attention. Sister-in-law, start working on that. Yes, travel if you have to, that's fine. So she's still free. What else do we have going on? What? We were way under. What happened? Yeah, we're at 16 of 16. I don't know what the issue with that is. We're not over. I feel like how has it gone up? I guess it's counting the children. That must be why we're disliked currently. Well, let's see. So because I helped you, you should like me even more. It's still not great. Let's see if I can get you to join. He might accept if we just ask him nicely. So I feel like we might as well. He wants Izar in exchange. The Galloway Alliance will become a vassal faction of the Scrooge Sovereignty. The Galloway Alliance will become the owner of Izar. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Anything crazy? Minus 86. I'm not sure what this... We have an okay relationship. So we have a new league. So our group is now a league. Galloway, when they existed before, had Izar as well. So that's fine. We had a problem where we kind of pushed a claim for the Galloways to also control Arcturus, which was their original capital, but then they took it. So that was something that kind of was a bit of an issue. So, has your opinion? Yeah, it's gone up a bit, I think. I'm still trying to help out. How are things doing? Your unrest is terrible. Your unrest is okay. What can we do? My daughter is causing problems. I can just reveal it. She'll get mad at me. Yeah, there's not really much I can do. Except just kind of reveal the information about it so it's public knowledge. So we're on pretty good terms with the Tanners. Yeah, quite good. Over here, the farmers, like we've been at war for a long time, but she still has a generally positive view. We are working on Arcturus as well. She has a very, very slight positive view. I think it's because the previous person really liked me and then he died. I think that's what happened, and then she took over. So we're kind of looking at maybe we could take Arcturus away, but if I could get the whole thing, that would be great. Yeah, at this point she won't agree. The farmers are pretty strong, so asking for that is pretty unlikely to happen anyway. What do we have down here? Flare-up of dissent. Camden Lim. Oh, that's what happened. He tried to depose him. So the Davis Coalition joined the Lin collective, and then they immediately tried to depose him. And he's like, "Nope, we'll fight you about it." And then went independent temporarily, then joined the Tanner Coalition. We're friendly with the Tanner Coalition, so I don't necessarily want to ask for the Davis Coalition to join my side. They might leave of their own accord if conflicts and things come up. So an interesting, like a lot of swapping back and forth going on over here. I would like the Jackson Kingdom as a whole to come over to my side. We are working on improving our opinion. We could work on the Davis Coalition as well. Like, he's got a relatively positive view of me. Like, we are a bit stronger having these guys here, but as long as they don't fall apart. I do have some relatives here as well, so if we can make them a little stronger. Yeah, he's got an okay fleet for his size. We should have a bit more money coming in, having a bunch more systems under our control. There's nothing I can really do with the amount of cash I have. I do have my wife free. She's mainly administrator, so building stuff is kind of her deal. So if we're working on a construction project or rebuilding a fleet or something, that's kind of what we want to do with her. But I just don't have the cash for that right now to do anything. To Crux. So with that, now we're suddenly up to 72 out of 76 because we have more ships at our control, just overall. We're in kind of a weird spot where the number of jumps makes it harder to actually project our power. But we should be okay with them. We should be stable here for the moment. And then we have a really strong connection with the Blackwells. Because my heir is married to one of the Blackwells. So as long as they don't go on a reconquering pogrom, which they might, actually, they might just head up and do that, and take them over, we'll eventually get control of the Blackwell Alliance. Well, our grandchild would eventually get control of the Blackwell Alliance. I don't know that I really want to do anything crazy here. What's the rebellion risk here? It's going up 3. That's pretty bad. Bitch, do you have decent military capability? That's what I'm curious about. I could switch him off of what he's doing. Nope. Bitch. I mean, you have some military capability. Yeah, let me take him off of that. Then I'm going to try to help quell an arrest over here. My nephew's not great at it, but he'll give it a shot. Travel. I don't know if it's going to change now at this point. This might be after him helping, I'm not sure. Just 1, as opposed to maybe it was more than that before. So we've gained a little bit. I still have my wife free. I think we just leave her because she is sick, just not doing anything crazy. Yeah, I don't know why this is a problem. I feel like we were way under and now we're suddenly maxed out, but we did have a couple children recently, so that could be why. It's got to be what the issue is. We did some marrying as well, so that brought more people into the family. Galway Alliance has a claim to Arcturus. Galway Alliance has a claim to Beta Virginis. Where is Beta Virginis? There? Really? That's a really indirect connection. We're not pushing that at all. Potentially we could get Arcturus to switch sides, but I'd rather try to get the Jackson Kingdom as a whole to come over. but she does not like me enough to even consider that. Eventually, it'll get better. If the previous person had remained in charge, we might have been able to get them to shift over at this point, having the extra power. We're at 4 out of 6 vassals, so we're doing good there. What's our money situation now? So we are very good at collecting taxes and everything. So about 16. But that's about like what my daughter's stealing every couple turns, which is kind of a problem. Well, I don't think there's much else for me to do. We did get a nice coup getting this under our control. Hopefully that will stay and they won't get attacked or destroyed. Your daughter would like to try an experimental new treatment on your wife. She is pretty good. So it looks like about a 28% chance she dies. I'm going to risk it. Your daughter discovered a new medical treatment, improving the capabilities of the medical team of House Scrooge. Plus 20 to her skill and technology. That's crazy good. Yeah, I feel like she's becoming the better potential heir, but she's really bad at administration and military. Just super good at science. Wife is back to being fully healed. Your wife's no longer ill, so yeah, we can stop the assignment. So, Zechariah down here, charge you with avenging Mistress Farmer's crime, the annulment of Mako Farmer's marriage. Wait, did you change leaders? No, that's just somebody under the farmers. He'll expect you to punish her. Charges not severe enough to put you under obligation. Being asked to deliver justice to her. Okay. So Archon Farmer charged Wenda Tanner with avenging Davis's crimes, ceding. She probably won't. So Baroness Shea has broken allegiance with the Davis Kingdom and has pledged Sidalmuk to the Lindsay Quadrant, so they left the Davises and went over. That breaks the connection here, so I wonder what's going to happen with that. Archon Tanner ordered Duke Davis to step down and transfer the rule of the Davis Coalition to Granville Tanner. He's going to say no, I'm sure. Duke Davis has broken away from the Tanner Coalition, following her attempt to depose him. Tanner Coalition is now at war with the Davis Coalition. Archon Tanner is no longer responsible for the crimes. Yeah. So they're already independent again. Archon Farmer failed to avenge a crime, which is causing her to like me more, him to have a negative view, or related to each other. Yeah, related to each other. Baron Swanson rebelled against Socrates Davis and formed the Swanson clan, pressing Neil Galloway's claim to rule Arcturus. Apparently they've got some Galloways still. I thought the Galloway clan was wiped out when the farmers took over Arcturus, but apparently not. Baron Haynes has broken allegiance from the Davis Coalition and has pledged Beta Virginis to the Swanson clan. My nephew is very ill. Okay. Baroness Kidd is offering allegiance. Do you want to ask for something else? So she wants to bail. It's going to cause a problem. So she's fed up with all the bullshit going on, basically. So what do we have? The Swanson clan. The Davis Coalition's broken down to just this one system. The Swansons have completely broken away. Out here, we've got the Lindsay Quadrant has expanded quite a bit. If I accept this, there's going to be some potential problems. I'm not sure I should take it. Like, she was part of everything at one point, but the last time we had Arcturus, it got invaded and taken over by the farmers. Oh, man. I have a claim to it, so it's not super bad. It's still bad. She'll even join if I ask for money, which is crazy. I'd rather get all of the Jackson Kingdom at once. But I don't think that's likely, considering she doesn't like me very much. Not enough, anyway. She'll like me a lot less if I let her leave and join with me, and I don't know that I can defend Arcturus. Yeah, she's got like 3 ships, and that's it. I'm going to have to refuse, for now. I think. I'd really like it, but there's no way I can hold it or defend it. What is this? Yeah, that's fine. They're not going to attack me in Terrabellum, I don't think. I'd really like to take it. But it's going to piss them off, it's going to piss them off, and they both would have reasons to go to war with me over it. I do have a claim, so it's not super bad. So they're not going to be super mad, but they are going to be mad. I'm going to accept, reluctantly. Archon Farmer injured Lady Yank Bond in a bar brawl. Okay. I wonder what I can do with that bit of information. Explosion rips through the spaceport on Electra. Many ships have been lost, so House Hobbs loses a bunch of ships. That's really unfortunate. They're kind of out in the middle of nowhere, so it's not a huge issue. Let me just check and see how you guys feel about me. So you're still positive. You're still positive as well, which is a bit surprising. I guess I did have a claim, so they're not quite as mad as I expected. Duke Davis gave the release of Jarvis for 80 credits. I don't know where these guys are getting this much money. I'm totally built for cash production, and I'm just not getting a lot of money. So their taxes got raised, not a big deal. Yeah, not anything of note. So these guys want to rule Arcturus, but they don't have any connections to Arcturus, like spacelane-wise. So I don't think they're going to become a threat unless they can take, like, Mizam or something. Like, if they can take over these guys, maybe, but they're part of the Farmer Coalition, so I don't think that's going to happen. So there's a rebellion that failed. Yeah. Just the entire group just completely fell apart. It's something that definitely happens in this game, is like these coalitions and things that form will suddenly form, suddenly fall apart. Just to double check, we're good with you, right? Yeah, she's pretty happy with me. I think it's very unlikely she would attack. She has a ton of ships. I can get like 53 ships up here, so it's not crazy bad. So she could get about 80 ships, and I could get about 80 ships as well. So it's not as bad as it sounds. Arcturus is what I'm a bit more concerned about. If the farmers want to come for it, it's going to be pretty difficult for me to hold. I can only get about 34 ships over here. We're up to 67 out of 104, but we're constantly rebuilding the fleet. We've got a plus 50% replenishment rate. I do need more money so we can build more stuff onto Crux, get things going. Yeah, even with me trying to keep this under control, it's still going up by quite a bit. Izar is finally going down. Wazen's going up, but they're not in a bad spot yet. Must be going down up here on these two. So I could pull people off of Electra and Gear Tab. Arcturus has a little bit high unrest. And it's going up a lot. Yeah, we should probably shift somebody over to Arcturus. Before I forget, let's do that. So Electra and Gear Tab, not as big of an issue. Let's work on Arcturus. Wazen is going to go up, but it's still reasonable. Yeah, it's not going up by much. Wazen only, yeah, all these guys have hardly anything. I even built something here, but they're still very weak, just 2 colony things apiece. They're working on the medical stations. Wazen's doing nothing. Most of mine that I can do on my capital are really, really pricey. Like at least 60 for me to actually get anything done. Got a few people not doing anything. So I think she was training my heir before. So let's go back to that. Get some more military training. Just so we can improve her stats a bit. I really need a military person in my empire, and I just don't have anybody. My stats will improve over time, but it's just not enough. A bit too slow. We are maxed out on family members. Nobody we can marry off right now, so it's fine. And my wife doesn't have anything to do. She is the head of security, but still. She's also not very good at security, but she's the head of security. Yeah, I just don't know what I'm going to do with you. Wait a minute, did something get switched up? I feel like, yeah, she should be here, you should be there. Why is this changed around? I swear that's not the way things were set up before. Yeah, she'll get mad if I do this, but we might have to just swap around. So, yeah, I don't know why that ended up that way. I might have pulled her off at some point, but I don't know what or why, and then we ended up having things shifted around. Yes, swap duties. So that shouldn't make them mad because they just switched. Let's make sure that that change... Yeah, so you're now there. You're now there. Yeah, I don't know how that ended up getting mixed up. That's weird. I must have clicked on something when there was something that changed that and done something wrong. Okay, who's left? My wife still doesn't have anything to do. I think we just wait till we can actually build something, and then she's actually going to be in a position to do that. We could potentially rebuild fleets. Your fleets, though, I think we're fine. Yeah. Arcturus, do you need fleet rebuilding? Where are you at? Kind of. We could do that. Rebuild the fleet, send my wife. That makes sense. So you're going to get a plus 32% replenishment rate, so get your fleet up. That could be a bit of an issue. We might want to plan defenses there too. I think that's about all we can really do at this point, unless we want to swap out diplomacy actions. We're still working on you. We're working on you. Who's in charge here? Yeah, you don't like me much, but I don't think you're really much of a threat. There's no real connection for them to come. They could try to come in through here, but that's a bunch of jumps. More likely they would want to come in this direction, especially if they want Arcturus. Okay, well at least we have definitely increased our size. Let's go ahead and save it before anything crazy happens. And let's go ahead and hit end turn. We'll just kind of see what happens. It'll probably be about it. See what kind of events pop up. And like things form and fall apart super quick now. Your son-in-law is in love with his wife. Well, good for him. Doesn't say she's in love with him. Sir Trent Braun is leading an uprising against Archon farmers' rule in Parima. Good luck with that, buddy. She's helping the rebellion. You have, like, literally no ships. Yeah, of course they won. They have a giant fleet. Duke Swanson joined the Tanners in exchange for 240 credits. How did you get 240 credits? So the Tanners becoming stronger and stronger. But it's kind of just taking back, like they had the Davises as a whole, and now they just have part of the Davises in exchange for a lot of money, so okay. Okay, just kind of ignoring. Well, this could be a problem. Roz and my nephew have had a baby girl. I don't know. Welcome, Roxanne. Not that you're probably going to be important in the future. A miner from Avior seeks an audience. Your Grace, I come from Avior's mining station. Duke Socrates Davis drugged our water supply with a powder that makes men worship him. I've seen friends work themselves to death still singing his praises. I only escaped because I was trapped by a cave-in. I almost died of thirst, but my mind became clear. So Duke Socrates is using the admiration drug on his miners. You're now such a minor thing. I'm not really concerned. If I keep his secret, it's going to be an issue. I'm going to go ahead and just release it. So we'll let everybody in the universe know. Okay, we're actually pretty close to another event. We're worried, so actually what I might do is go pet my dog. It's a special action I can do because I have a dog. Pet the dog. Yeah, pet the dog. We settle down into a comfortable seat and scratch behind its ears. The animal wags its tail, overjoyed to have the attention of its beloved master. It's nice to put your troubles aside for a few minutes. We're still worried, but I think it's less. So now we've gone up, I think because we've got additional systems under our control. What happened over here? Sir McIntyre and Baron Raymond have forged an alliance through a marriage. My father-in-law is dead. Well, that's too bad. My nephew's health is fully recovered. Okay. Things are still bad here. Going up a lot less now. Where are you? Yeah, she just sent. Even though I'm spending a lot of time rebuilding her fleet, she sent some off to go fight over here in Parima and lost pretty much everything she had. So the guy who rebelled was executed. What family are you part of? The kids. I don't think the guy over here that was assassinated was a kid, or was executed was a kid. So no family connection. I think just trying to weaken them. I think I have... Don't I have something? Yeah, I do have a claim on Beta Virginis. But honestly, I don't know how I would even push that, because there's no space lane connection without going through empty space. Neither one of those are colonizable. With 56, I don't have enough to build anything on my home system. We've got 120s, 240s. For 60, Interstellar Authority Outpost actually would help a little bit. But things like the mine and stuff would be better, or having alcohol. Well, I think we're in a bit of a better spot, so I think we'll go ahead and call it there. So if we zoom on out and kind of look at things, so the Tanners have this, but it's kind of a big mess. The Lindsay Quadrant's kind of getting involved. We're doing okay. Maybe we can eventually eat the farmers. I don't know. If we can get the Jackson Kingdom over, we could probably then eat the farmer territories without too much trouble and expand out this way because we have the connection to the Blackwell Alliance. So maybe we could do that and then try to push up this direction. Might be my only good play while keeping us happy over here is this. So level the fine, not a big deal. I think there's something though. I think there's something about not claims, but when you are required to do something about someone who's violated protocol, there's a special tab for that. I think it should just be here if we had it. So I feel like there should be something. Yeah, Arcturus is very weak. Yes, I'm aware. We're doing what we can. I don't have anybody free. Yeah, I don't know how these guys are getting so much cash. Um, how's our money situation? So now we should be getting about 28.9. So having all these additional systems is definitely helping. I'm spending a bit on just quelling unrest, and um, rebuilding the fleets doesn't cost me, it's just the unrest. So keeping that under control. The better I can make my home system, the more cash we get. The more places I have under our general jurisdiction, the more that I get as well, because we've got good administration and all that kind of stuff as well. So if we can keep the money rolling in, we can get better and better as we progress. Fleet's getting better. Still have room up to 105. Still doing my training. Up to 42 military for myself, like that's quite good. There's our guard dog. Guard dog lasts another 23 turns. I am worried. What's my age now? 37. Yeah, I think we're doing pretty well for the age and where we're at. Stats are going up quite well. As long as nothing crazy happens, we don't drop over dead suddenly. I think we're in relatively good shape. Yeah, that's all set the way we want. I'm under vassal limit. I'm under family member limit. So I think at this point we just kind of ride things out. Try to keep Arcturus under control. Hopefully no one will declare war trying to take it back. If the Galloway Alliance wants it, I will just give it to them. But I'd rather have it under my direct control. It's a little bit easier to defend. If it's under the Galways, then they could attack it and just plan on just fighting the Galways rather than me. Whereas I've got it, you got to fight me directly for this. So it's a little safer as it is. All right, that's going to do it for today. This has been more of Star Dynasties. I've been Disturbing Puppet. Thanks for coming by. Hopefully I'll see you next time. Until then, have a good one.